The Southwest Airlines travel mess. The airline says it will return to normal service today after a week-long meltdown that left passengers stranded, flight crews unaccounted for, and baggage scattered all across the country. We'll talk to Southwest CEO Bob Jordan in just a moment, but first, let's go to Elwin Lopez at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport for the very latest. Elwin, good morning.
Hey, Wick, good morning. After 8 days of scrapped flights, Southwest finally getting back on track, but now that airline under fire for that holiday travel nightmare. This morning, after nearly 16,000 canceled flights, Southwest Airlines finally catching up.
All the flexibility and planning that we put in place to deal with the storm just wasn't enough. And so we've extended flexibility for self-service travel changes through January 2nd.
Fewer than 50 flights canceled today so far. This after 96% of airline cancellations on Thursday came from Southwest, scrapping holiday plans for thousands. The Sethmans forced to return home after their flight was delayed multiple times, then canceled, leaving the airport without their baggage and without car seats for their 2 children.
We had to hold our kids in the car and in the back seat because Southwest said there was no loaner car seats. They had been out since the day before.
Southwest now facing another daunting challenge, returning a sea of luggage strewn across airports nationwide. The company's stock plunging as other airlines stabilize their own. As for those nearly 16,000 flights canceled since last Wednesday, the Department of Transportation now investigating.
We will penalize Southwest as we would any airline to the tune potentially of tens of thousands of dollars per violation if they fail to meet what is required of them to take care of passengers.
And Southwest says it will work on a case-by-case basis with passengers to reimburse them for the expenses incurred during those disruptions. The Department of Transportation says that it will keep a close eye on the airline to make sure that it meets its legal obligations.
Elwin, thank you. Joining us now exclusively is Bob Jordan, the CEO of Southwest Airlines, in his first TV interview since the widespread cancellations began over the holiday. Bob, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. So your airline has said normal operations will resume today. How confident are you that will hold through the holiday weekend? And can you promise a meltdown of this magnitude won't happen again?
Well, good morning. Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, we're off to a great start today. I'm watching the stats, and we've launched the East Coast, and we have a great operation underway. It's our full schedule, 3,900 plus flights. We had a reduced schedule for about 3 days here prior as we reset the network. That reduced schedule the last 2 days has been running great, over 90% on time, very few cancels, so I'm very confident that we'll operate a really tight operation today.
As you know, we're days into this, thousands of flights canceled, people stranded over the holidays, your own pilots and crew members unable to reach the people responsible for scheduling them. How did things go so horribly wrong?
Well, it's a number of things. This was just an unprecedented storm for everybody, for all airlines. It was widespread across the country, record cold. For us, what's different is we are the top airline in 23 of the top 50 cities, so it just hit so many large locations at the same time. And we had record temperatures that did things like froze jetways, froze aircraft, froze de-icing fluid. And when you're trying to solve a problem in so many locations, it becomes very, very difficult. Airlines count on the aircraft and the passengers and the crew members continuing to move, and when all that shuts down in so many locations, it becomes very, very tough. And at some point, solving that problem, and we have great tools and processes, but solving that problem becomes very daunting.
Bob, forgive me. You talked about forgive me here. You did talk about the weather, and people understand that. And there were widespread cancellations due to the weather across the country with other airlines. But Southwest's situation was very different. Thousands of cancellations continued for days and days. Some have blamed the technology. What is your response to the system you operate, and whether that needs to be updated too?
Yeah, let me just be straightforward here. The storm had an impact, but we had impacts beyond the storm that obviously impacted Southwest very differently. It really was the scope of the problems attempting to be solved, just to move crews around, keep the airline moving. We have great tools. We have regular operations. Those tools and processes serve us well, but this is something that we have really never seen in our 51 years. And we're making investments in our operational areas like always. There'll be lessons learned from this, and we'll continue to make more investments.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg said that your airline could be fined thousands of dollars per violation if you don't deliver refunds to passengers whose flights were canceled. Can you guarantee those passengers will get refunds in a timely manner?
I've had a great conversation with the Secretary. We're aligned. There's no greater focus beyond safety than taking care of our customers. We're offering refunds, covering expenses. We'll be going back out with even more after that. That's the goal of the Secretary, obviously, is to cover our customers and take care of them. So we're aligned there. And beyond safety, there is no greater focus at this point than taking care of our customers, reuniting them with their bags, getting refunds processed. In fact, we've got a special website that's put up just to take refund information, baggage information, expenses, to process that even faster.
And what about some of the expenses beyond the ticket refunds? Extended hotel stays. Some people had to rent cars. Many passengers whose flights were canceled had to rebook more expensive tickets to get home, even on Southwest. What's your obligation to them?
Well, our desire is to go above and beyond. We always take care of our customers. That's our 51-year history here at Southwest Airlines. We'll be looking at and taking care of things like rental cars, hotel rooms, meals, booking customers on other airlines. So that will all be part of what we're covering here as we reimburse our customers and make good on this issue. I want to be really frank. I mean, this has impacted so many people, so many customers over the holidays. It's impacted our employees, and I'm extremely sorry for that. There's just no way almost to apologize enough, because we love our customers, we love our people, and we really impacted their plans.
Will there be accountability for this meltdown? Some have called for you or other executives to resign. What's your response to that?
You know, I think step one is to get the operation back on track. The best way to serve our customers is to get the network going again. And I'm really pleased that we're here today and we're going to run a full network. A close second is to take care of all the things that occurred during the issues, get refunds processed, get bags moving, those kinds of things. Talk to our customers and take care of them. There'll be a lot of lessons learned that come out of this. We already had a great plan to invest in tools and technology and processes, as we always do, but there'll be a lot of lessons learned in terms of what we can do to make sure that this never happens again, because this needs to never happen again.
I think a lot of people would agree with that statement. Bob Jordan, thank you so much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it. And Gio, I know you were checking some of the flights this morning. It does appear that they're starting to get back on schedule.
Yeah, right now about 39 canceled flights for Southwest. So that is very, very good, much less than we've seen. But listen, nobody in the industry has seen anything quite this bad. So I really hope that Mr. Jordan is right about getting that money back to passengers.
And that was what's so important about you pushing him to say it wasn't just whether Southwest was impacted more than any other airline. You asked the question so many people want the answers to.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.